Hey guys, Mayflow here, and I'm going to take you, I don't have anything loaded here, but I'm here with my ScanNCut. I want to take you along for a little ride here. I want to try an experiment. And what I want to do, I've done this before. I want to do it again for you, but do something different. I love using this apple for school gifts. And what I'm going to do this time, let's see, we're going to make the height 4.25, width 4 here on this apple. Say okay. Now, I want to cut this all out as one. I'm going to say okay to piece number 1 and just put it wherever and then add, and it's going to automatically offer me those pieces. It's going to automatically offer the sizes they're supposed to be, etc. Now, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go right into here and just move that stem so that I am sure it is on my apple, that it's overlapped, and it is. Okay, and I can see I'm happy with where that's at. I go all the way in there just so I can really see, make sure I'm happy, say okay. Then I'm going to push this button here, select everybody, and I'm not going to unite them. I'm going to weld them. If you ever push that button and think, oops, that's not what I meant, this button will allow you to move everything around together. If that's not what you want to, just click it again. This button will weld them together, which means it will not cut those lines that overlap. And I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to place it over here and continue. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put add. I'm going to go here because it's automatically going to think I want more of that same pattern, which is nice because if you do, you don't have to go searching for it, resizing it, etc. I don't though. So I'm going into pattern. I'm going into here. I love this back to school graphic. It's a great one. I'm going to put this all the way down. Let's see. Let's do 3.9, see how that works. Well, as you can see, it's a little too big. No worries. Top button, this button right here, and I can just size it down. And I like this because I can see exactly how much too big it is. Let's try 3.3. And I can also wiggle it around to fit just right. And I'm going to put it down a bit. Okay, now as I look at this, first of all, I love it. When I cut this out, it's going to cut out the apple. It's also going to cut out the back to school. I think it's going to look great. But we're going to do one more thing here. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to move this apple over here because I want to do one more thing. I'm going to go into here, go right here, and I'm going to change this number to 2 and say, okay. Now I have 2 apples. Then I'm going to leave this lined up pretty much on top of the other here. But then what I'm going to say, first I'm going to go in here and move it so that it looks as perfectly aligned as I can. Okay. Then I'm going to go into here and I'm going to flip it around. Actually, excuse me. At first I'm going to push this button here. Then, so that does mirror image. Then I'll push 90 twice and say okay. And if you're wondering, well, why would I do the mirror image and flip it? The reason I'm doing that is because what I want here, and let's see, we'll get this way up here as high as we can. That's going to be about it. I'm going to say okay. Push this button. We're doing what we're doing here because, and then I don't want the back to school involved in this part. Okay. Now I'm going to have a card. Watch. If I weld it together and I'm going to say okay, now this is going to become a card. And now if I put back to school on the front here, I can print this just like this. And I've got a card to give to a teacher. It's a single pattern. It's easy. I can print as many of them as I like. And it's about 4 1/4 inches. Now, if I wanted to resize this, if we wanted to go bigger, do this, select all, say okay, unite them, then look. Yes. Once it's all united, we can go through here and enlarge the entire thing before saying okay and cutting. I'll show you a picture of the finished one here. I'm just going to load up my mat and paper and get this cut out. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I know it's hard to believe it's almost back to school time. I'll see you next time.